this week's or this section's lab, this is module 5, and so sorry, my voice is really bad because I've been under the weather the last few days, and I'm going to try this, and hopefully it's going to be all right. Okay, so what we're going to do, let's see, we're going to go ahead and start up our Fedora virtual machine. I'm probably going to have a lot of cuts in this video because every once in a while, if I start talking, then I'll start coughing. And also, if there's stuff like this that takes a while, then I'm not going to make you stick around and watch while my Fedora loads. Okay, so that took a minute. Now I've got my Fedora running. I'm going to go to my terminal. Okay, and by now y'all are well and truly familiar with some of these commands. Okay, so the first thing in my instructions, it says display all blocks in the /dev directory. Okay, well, we can do that. What we'll do is a command called lsblock, lsblk, /dev. Oh, oops. Okay, something's wacky with my keyboard. Okay, now let's try it again. Okay, that's more like it. Okay, so these are your logical devices that you have access to, and the ones that we're going to be messing around with today are going to be SDA123, and we're going to add another one to this in just a little while. But these are your SCSI devices, and back in the day, pretty much all the Unix boxes were using SCSI for their hard drive interfaces. We just have virtual hard drives, but we're going to pretend like they're SCSI interface. Okay, now the next thing it says, perform a long listing. Okay, we can do that. ls l /dev /sda with an asterisk because we want to see all of them. Okay, so there they are. Okay, now this business here, see these numbers? This is your major number and this is your minor number. Major number is like which device driver we're talking about. Okay, so in this case, these are all using the major number of 8, which is our device driver for our SCSI disks. So these are all SCSI devices. And then the minor number is which device you're talking about specifically. So, you might have like disk 0, disk 1, disk 2, etc. Okay, so let's see, what's the next thing we're supposed to do? All right, now pretend like that something happened and for some reason SD3 got deleted or we couldn't see it. In that case, we can recreate it using this kind of a command. It is superuser do mknod /dev. Shoot. SDA3. Okay, now that time I didn't touch the keyboard any extra times. I guess it might be time for me to get a new keyboard on this computer. Okay, where were we? Okay, so I'm supposed to be entering this command. B. And then the major number was 8, and the minor number was 3. Okay, I think this will work. Okay, we get an error, well, kind of like an error message. It says that file already exists, which is true. Okay, so that's perfectly fine. Okay, let's see, what are we supposed to do next? Okay, now it says here, display the contents of the /sys/block directory. ls/sys/block. Okay, there it is. All right, now screenshot. Screenshot this whole terminal window and save it. Okay, now the next thing. What file system type is Microsoft proprietary for Windows? That would be NTFS. NTFS. All right, now then, shut down your virtual machine and go to Settings, click on Storage, add a hard drive. Okay, we're going to do all that. So let's shut off our virtual machine. Shut it down. And this shouldn't take but a second, so you guys just kind of bear with me. Okay, cool. So now our Fedora VM is powered off. All right, so what we're going to do, up here where it says Settings, click on that. Click on your storage. Okay, see right here where it says SATA controller? We're going to add another hard drive. So click on that little add hard drive icon. Okay, now it's got a list here. This is all the different virtual drives that we've already made. I've got a ton of. I probably should delete some of these, but that's okay. The advantages of having a ton of hard drive space. Okay, the default for this new hard drive is going to be 15 gigabytes. I guess that's fine. You could cut it back to 10 if you wanted to, like the instructions say. Golly. Okay, close enough. All right, now finish. All right, so here it is. It's not attached yet. But we're going to go ahead and attach it. We'll just double click it. Okay, cool. There it is. All right, now then, our Fedora machine has got its usual hard drive that's 100 gigabytes, and then it's got this additional one that's 10 gigabytes. All right, so that looks good. Sorry. Okay, yeah, go ahead and screenshot this. Okay, now, next thing we're going to do is restart our Fedora VM. And I will see what's up. Okay, so we're back from creating our new virtual drive. So we're going to open up our terminal window. Okay, and we're supposed to list, let's see, list all currently available USB devices. So we're going to ls USB. Okay, so there's our USB devices, and these are all virtual, of course. And then the next thing we're supposed to do is list details for all blocks. Okay, ls blk. Okay, there they are. All right, screenshot this thing and save it as a JPEG. All right, now create a new exfat file system for /dev. Oh, okay, see right here where it says SDB, 10.8 gigabytes. That's our drive that we just created. Oh, and I was noticing something. See right here where it says create and set the size to 10 megabytes? You can do that if you want to. I guess it depends on, how much hard drive space you have. I'm pretty reckless with my hard drive space because, all my drives are like 1, 2, 4 terabytes. Okay, what was I doing before I started running my mouth? Create the exfat file system. Okay, so we're going to do sudo superuser do, and we're going to mkfs. We're going to make file system dot exfat /dev /sdb. Okay. All right. Well, it looks like it worked. Okay, so good deal. All right, what's the next thing we're supposed to do? We're supposed to make a directory. Create a new directory. All right, so let's do it. And for this, we're going to use command superuser do again. mnt lab 5 storage. Okay, and give it a second. All right, now sudo mount -t exfat /dev /sdb /mnt /lab5 storage. Got to make sure you got everything just right or else it won't work. Okay, very good. All right, so I think we're in business here. All right, now let's do a screenshot. LSBLK. Oh, okay, so there we go. SDB is now known as /mount /lab5 storage. Okay, so screenshot this. Now, we're supposed to create an ISO image from the /etc directory with the name sysconfig.iso. Okay, so let's superuser do mkiso. Shoot. Okay, make ISO file system sysconfig.iso from the /etc directory. Okay, seems to have worked. All right, where are we? Now create a new directory as mount sysconfig. Okay, sudo make directory /mnt /sysconfig. Okay, and now we're supposed to mount this thing. Oh. this will work. Okay. Mounted read only. All right. Okay. Then use disk free space command to display file systems. Okay, super. So I think that all worked. Read only loopback device. Okay. Now, using the GNOME desktop, open your files and find sysconfig.iso. All right, so let's do that. GNOME desktop, and then we're going to look under files. And what we're looking for is sysconfig.iso. There it is. Right click and open with disk image mounter. Okay. All right, so now we've got like a virtual CD-ROM, and here's the contents of it, which is basically the whole contents of your etc. etc. file. Okay, so that worked. All right, what's the next thing we're supposed to do? Using the GNOME desktop, eject the CD-ROM. Okay, so what we're going to do is over here where the CD-ROM is, we're going to right click on that puppy, and then we're going to eject. Okay, so it has now been disconnected. All right, now what's the next thing we're supposed to do? Oh yeah, don't forget to, whenever you've got this mounted, then go ahead and screenshot this so that you can submit it. Because if I can see this sysconfig ISO and I can also see this CD-ROM down here highlighted, then I know you did it right. And then eject, unmount, same difference. Okay, so let's see. Next thing. fdisk. Config. Okay, so then back in the terminal, unmount it. Okay, so we're going to close this. Okay, back in the terminal, we're going to do unmount. Eventually. Oops. Lab 5 storage. Okay, so we've got those things unmounted now. All right, now we're going to create a partition using fdisk. Okay, so, and we want to make it default first sector size of 5 megabyte. All right, partition table. All right, so let's do this thing. And we're going to have to screenshot this one. So, super user do fdisk dev SDB. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to do an N for new partition. This is going to be a primary partition. Partition number 1. Okay, that's going to be our default, but we're going to put it in there anyways. Okay, first sector default is 2048. We're going to take it. Oh, oops. Oh, shoot. I think I just... Oh, I know what happened. Let's see. Okay, new size. 5. M. Okay, super. That worked. And then W to write the changes. What we just did. Okay, now screenshot this. Okay, so we made a partition of 5 megabyte, which is very, very small. Okay, now what's our next instruction? Okay, create a new local volume for dev SDB1 and with the name lab5 data. Okay, create a physical volume and volume group first. Okay, so let's try this and see how it works. Okay, so we're going to do, let's see, sudo superuser do create /dev SDB1 Okay, looks good. Superuser do sudo vg create lab5 vg /dev SDB1. Okay, volume created. Very good. LV create. Let's see. Size is 4M. Minus N. Lab 5 data. Lab 5 virtual. Okay, logical volume created. Fantastic. All right, screenshot this. this whole window. And let's see. All right, and that was the 15 is the last thing that's on our list. So, okay, sorry. I know this is not the best video ever, but hopefully that's going to help you, hack your way through this lab. And something that's a good idea, you guys might do this already, I don't know, but before you start in on a lab, kind of look at the directions, and if there's anything in the directions that you're not sure how to do it, then go into the book, or wherever. If you've got the book, or you've got like an older version of the book, you can look this stuff up and go ahead and kind of pencil out the commands that you're going to need, and chances are you're going to be pretty close to being accurate with that. And if you enter something and it doesn't work, then go back and check and make sure you didn't like accidentally put in a typo, because it's very, very common for people see the like -L and -1. Those look really close to the same thing, for example. Okay, so good luck with this. I'm sure y'all will do fine. I'm going to go ahead and post this, and I'll see you in the next one.